Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Mastermind Creations Perfection Series, Ocular Max PS-15R Fraudo Regenesis, their version of a G2 Swindle. We'll go ahead and put the Jeep off to the side real quick. Go look at this box, which, yes, a curious mix of G2 and G1 here. You got some of the grid patterns from G1, but also, some G2-esque fonts and whatnot all built in. There's nice artwork of a G2 version of Fraudo there. You got, some product shots there on the top. You got more artwork here on the side and Regenesis and Perfection series and all that on this. You got more artwork, and hey, look, there's Fraudo and Impetus and outlines of the rest. And on the bottom, you have some cut warnings and whatnot and more outlines. And on the back here, you have some product shots and, of course, the tech specs and bio. And, of course, yes, it once again comes with the little decoder stuff, although mine has a nice little bubble on it, weirdly enough. Yeah, there's a little air bubble on that one. That's not great. But yeah, you got that so you can see that stuff and all that. That's it for the box. In there, of course, you also have the trading card, which, G2 style, kind of flimsy. Or I think it's flimsier than the G1 version. Of course, I don't want to go get that out of the packaging because that's out in the storage. And the instructions, which are, well, other than this, are pretty much functionally identical to the ones that came with the G1 release of Fraudo, including, completely skipping over very important steps. So that. It's one other thing, but I'll get to that later. Yeah, so Fraudo Regenesis, it's G2 Swindle. You can see here, yes, it is a very orangish red Jeep with some purple, including purple camo, because yes, purple camo is the name of the game here. Of course, you have the purple hood and, headlights picked out in silverish color with some yellow there. You get the bumper. You got that falling off. You got some silver or gunmetal or whatever on the wheels. You got that spare wheel there. All that stuff. You got some taillights picked out there as well. And he's also, once again, sits pretty low to the ground, considering all things considered, for a Jeep. You can see also there's an interior with some seats and a steering wheel. And there is, that's one thing. Yeah, you can see right there, there is some detail picked out on the dashboard. Yeah, one big thing you can see, this thing right here doesn't hold as well as the G1 version did. It's very loose. Doesn't take much for it to come off, unfortunately. I'm not sure if the tabs are too small or the slots are too big or what, but comes loose very easily. And as far as I can tell, the only way to really fix it is to just kind of split the back end just slightly, just to make it hold a little better without, doing too much. But yeah, it does still roll pretty well, despite the low clearance. This stuff can rotate still. And rotating, of course, go up and down their pegs. So that's the thing. So yeah, the steering wheel can be adjusted up and down. Yeah, it's a pretty, it's pretty much the same alt mode, just new coloring. Very 90s loud, brash coloring. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't hold on very well, unfortunately, which kind of sucks because it was much better on my G1 version, but yeah, I guess tolerances are weird. Yeah, comparison. Yeah, speaking of G1 version right here. You can see that. Very different color scheme, but, well, except for the purples. Actually, I think that's even a slightly different shade of purple as well. Sure, well, it comes on House and Camera, but this is a slightly lighter shade of purple. That's kind of interesting in of itself, but yeah, large thing. One thing I didn't even notice the thing on this, which is the bumper. You can see, I'm not sure how you remember, but yeah, this actually spins around. I never knew that, but apparently for alt mode, it spins around. I always had it like this, not realizing you're supposed to pull it out, spin around, and push it back in. That's, I guess, an extra step to take when you're transforming is, you can spin the bumper around, make it kind of look like a winch, I guess. There's even a slot for it and everything. I just didn't even realize. So yeah, that's a thing. So just Just an FYI. Of course, here he is with the G2 Vortex Impetus right there next to each other. Yep, that's the team so far. Yeah, I know this is kind of late, but stuff happens, you know. And yeah, apparently, was a Probus is actually coming out. Fraudo Regenesis is coming out pretty soon, as of this recording. So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, again, because I have the transformation video, you know, you can see that if you need to. It's, you know, the transformation is exactly the same as the G1 version. So yeah, if you need to, you know how to do it, because the instructions are terrible, to reference that. Just know also, yeah, again, this spins around. So I never mentioned that. So I'm just gonna get this into leg mode real quick, and we'll go take it from there. Yep. So I see some obviously difference, of course, being the orange, but yeah, you can see up here very much a solid purple rather than, you know, having purple striping or whatever. But yeah, largely it's pretty much the same thing. You know, this ankle articulation is still somewhat limited if you have this stuff plugged in on the back, unfortunately, but it just kind of is what it is. And yeah, it works the sides the same. Yeah, you get ankle tilts all, you know, and forward and back, all this stuff. You got, this is where it's going to plug in everything. Yeah, and here it is just real quick with the G1 version. See, again, largely the same exact process. One thing I will say though, this part, this was a big problem on a lot of the early Fraudos with these parts sliding out for transformation. It's so much easier. I didn't have to. This one, if you remember, I had to add some silicone oil to some shock oil to get this them to loosen up enough to be comfortable. This just right out. They're holding tight when they need to, but they slide out when I need them to. So I'm not worried about them breaking or anything. So that's one big, huge improvement they made, was this sliding joint right here. So that's something to be mindful of. I will say also, but weirdly enough on mine, getting this to re-tab in, you know, the back half to tab in back on this one, on the G2 version, getting it to tab back in is weirdly difficult. It doesn't want to tab in for leg mode, so that's a thing. That's a little different. So yeah, some tolerances are slightly askew on this. But yeah, LCF, of course, is still compatible with the foot thing. That's one thing. Is early press stuff said that it was going to come with the foot piece for the black one, which is going to be for G2. They said that was going to be the case, and apparently something changed at the last second, because now they're saying it's going to come. The foot pieces are going to come with the G2, the Regenesis, what's it? Incursus. Yeah, it's still compatible, all that stuff. And because I'm just not gonna go up real high, but yep. Yep, still same exact procedure to attach this leg. If we could just get this to cooperate. There we go. Come on. There we go. Yep. Same exact procedure. It's all going to be exactly the same. You can see all that stuff. But yeah, of course, imagine just more wild colors. But yeah, we'll see that when, you know, it's all done. Yep. That works. Yep. So yeah, once again, foot mode's pretty good. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get him into robot mode. We'll keep going. Okay. Yeah, so robot mode, yeah. Transformation is, again, pretty much exactly the same as it was before. Again, some of the tolerances have been adjusted slightly. Just ever so slightly. So, some joints are some parts are easier to move than others. Although some, yeah, it's kind of some of the parts that were fine before now are a little too tight or whatever. So it's kind of, yeah. But yeah, you can see there. Robot mode here, yes, same thing. You got the little windscreen chest there. You got the purple here on here. You got the purple camo still popping up here and there. You got all that stuff there. And you got that. You got a big old purple backpack with the spare tire. You got this as storage right back there. Although I put it crooked, even though they tell you to do it like this, I feel like that's way too loose. Or somehow when you do it crooked, it's more secure. You got the little fake grill. Hips, I guess. The fake car grill and headlights there. You got the little fake wheels up here and all that stuff. And you got, of course, got his face silver with some purple goggles. Yeah, this is the serious face you can see. He's also got his cannon. Of course, he does have his gun as well, which you can, flip that down and then it'll just tab into his palm. Although it's different from the others, this one's got the slot on the side of the hand, whereas it's like stuff like Impetus has the slot in the back of the hand. Still just tab and slot though. Decently secure, like that. There you go. And one other thing, of course, is in the package it comes with an alternate head, which this is the smiling one. Oh yeah, no paint error on these heads either. Yeah, and of course, swapping them out is just simply undoing the screw in the back on both of them, popping off the ball joint and popping the new one on and all that stuff, and tightening down the screw. Yeah. Robot mode is pretty much the same in most regards. So yeah, it's got all the same stuff and all that, just in the new colors. And yeah, so the posability is still the same. As you got the ball joint head, or you got left and right, up and down, lots of wiggle, lots of there. Shoulders, which aren't as tight as the old ones, Full 360. Again, this one's not as tight, which is nice because that was scary in the old one. I always felt like the plastic was going to break. Outward that far. You got, of course, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. So you got a full curl, or pretty much a full curl. Hands, you can see wrist swivels. All the fingers can individually open and close. Just one knuckle at the base, and the thumb's on a ball joint. So you got movement, all that movement there. Waist swivel. Also, I believe the only one who did not have an ab crunch because of how he transforms, so no ab crunch there. Of course, these can get out of the way, so forward is that far. You got back that far. Got that thing coming off. Got outward that far, full splits. You got thigh swivel, 90 degrees at the knee, and ankle tilts. You go out this much. And a little bit of forward, not really a whole lot back on this. I think unless you, not even then. I can remember for sure. Yeah, no, not really back, but forward a bit on the toes or feet. So yeah, that's posability. Pretty good, not amazing. Other members of the team technically have better, and other masterpieces have better, but you know, he does have all his parts in him, you know, for combined mode. Yeah, real quick. Just here he is, of course, with his G1 self. See, again, pretty much the same robot, just new colors. I really want to get G2 symbols for these guys, but Toy Hex's G2 symbols are not the kind I like. They're silverbacked, and I wish they're outlines, because that's what they were in the original toys. They're outlines and often had the name of the character on it, so I'd rather have that sort of thing. If I can get them, I need to figure out where I can find symbols like that. And of course, here's this G2 teammate, Impetus, aka Vortex. And you can see he's a bit shorter as before. Yeah, once again, lots of purple. I'm very happy with the G2 sets all having a lot of purple for Bruticus here, so I'm very excited for that. So yeah, that's G2 Fraudo Regenesis, whatever you want to call him, Swindle. Again, I really liked the first time around. I like it still this time around. I really like this particular shade of this particular colors and everything. I think it looks really nice in these colors. It's still the same transformation. They did make a few improvements into joints and whatnot for the most part. Although, again, mine, this wheel doesn't like to stay on. Oh, overall, yeah, a very solid thing to pick up, and I'm quite pleased with it. And if you're into G2, I definitely recommend picking them up. So, yeah, that's it for this one. I hope you found this informative entertaining. Hope you like and subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. Check out my coffee and my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.